I recently got a few emails asking questions about makeup brushes, which makeup brushes they should buy. They're going to buy some from Sigma. What do I recommend? I wrote out a big list of all the brushes that I thought were a necessity to do sort of any makeup look, sort of the basic list that you would need. And I've got 15 brushes that I think everyone needs in their makeup set, and you can get all of these from Sigma. Now Sigma does sell basic, brush sets, but I think that there are a lot of brushes there that you really don't need. So I'm going to go through my necessities. Everyone really should have a powder brush. Personally, me, I rarely use powders. You might have picked that up from my videos, but I love this brush because when I do use powder, maybe to set under my eye, this has got a tapered tip, so it's great for getting under my eye or into the corners of my face, like around my nose, chin area. It won't miss a spot. It's got a very large head. Again, that's the F25 tapered face brush, and it's beautiful and soft. Really nice. Next brush I want to show you is the Duo Fiber Powder Blush Brush, the F15. This has two kinds of bristles in it. It's got those white ones that are spraying through these natural black bristles at the bottom. These are sort of less densely placed than the black ones, if that makes sense. When you apply foundation with this, you're going to find that it is a beautiful, flawless airbrush finish. Maybe not a full coverage, but it will give you that airbrush look. It's one of my favorite things to do in summertime. Also, for applying blush, obviously, as the name might suggest, I can apply cream blush, highlighter, cream highlighter, or I can apply powders with this, like powder blush or powder highlighter, bronzer, etc. It is a very good brush, and you definitely need a Duo Fiber Blush brush in your collection. Next, I want to talk about the Kabuki brushes. I've got the F82, the F80, the F84, and the F86. Now these are all for applying foundation. Pretty much specifically, it's all I use it for. Maybe sometimes I'll use one of them to apply a cream blush, but rarely. I've got 4 of them. You only need 1. Personally, my favorites are the angle top one and the tapered one. I do love tapered brushes because they're much easier to use around your face, again in the corners of your face. This one's good, it's very quick, but this one's got a larger face and so blends a little bit easier, and it's also got sort of the tapered angle to it, so you can still reach the corners of your face. So if you're going to get one, I personally would recommend the F84, the angled top one. And I love those brushes because it gives you a very full coverage foundation because they're really dense brushes. But these are really good. You can buy the sets. I like having more than one because then I don't have to wash my brushes as often, but again, for your starter kit, you're going to need one of these. This is one of the first brushes that I ever got. It's the F40 Large Angle Contour Brush. This is a very versatile brush. It is sort of meant for applying contour to the cheeks according to the name, but I mean, I use this for general blush, bronzer. It's great for bronzer because it does have a large sort of face to the bristles, so you can get a large surface area with it. It's great for blending out powder products. Yeah, very good brush. Definitely what you need in your kit. Everyone needs a concealer brush in their collection. This is the, okay, I've used this so often it's rubbed off. What is it? F70 concealer brush, and it's sort of like a mini foundation brush. It's good for just dipping into the pot and then applying on your problem areas. You can swipe it under the eye and then blend with your finger or another brush. Yeah, very standard brush, and I use this pretty much every day. Now if your brows need shading in, then you're going to need an eyebrow brush. I prefer to use powders on my brows rather than the pencil. I just find that I've got more control. And this is the Angled Brow E75. I don't know how I lived without this brush before. It's very precise bristles, very thin, and an angle. It's the perfect size, so you can build it in the body of your brow and then create a beautiful tapering line on the outer part of your brow. This is really good brush. Again, it's the E75, and you do need this in your collection if you have eyebrows that need to be shaded in. And now onto the lip brush. This is a very standard brush. The Sigma one has a removable lid so that it sort of doesn't damage the brush, although I find that when you're putting the lid on, it's going to damage some of the bristles on the side. I don't know if you can see that. When you're putting it on, it's going to bend them down. I wish that it was just regular, but I mean, you can pop the end the lid on the end and you've got a regular shape. But this is a really good brush for applying lip products, coloured lip products. I really don't even need to use lip liner when I'm using lipsticks because I just use this. I do like, however, that it is portable. Although it does sort of damage the outside bristles, it's very good to put this in your purse or your clutch when you're going out and you need to reapply your lipstick because it's very portable. This is the LO5 lip brush from Sigma. This is the eye shading E55 brush. It's a very standard eyeshadow brush, medium sized bristles, nice shape, it's quite thick. So this is just a standard brush for applying eyeshadow to the lid. I use this every day. It's one of my newest brushes. I've got a lot of eye shading brushes, but I did want this one in my collection because you can never have too many. For the everyday person, you definitely need an eye shading brush. As I said, this is a standard size. It's great for applying colour to the lid, under the brow. This is the very, very good brush. Now, I think that everyone needs at least 2 eye shading brushes. This one here is the E20 short shader brush. As you can see, it's got shorter bristles and they're quite dense, so it's good for packing on colour. I like this to add colour to the inner corner of my eye or to add colour to the base of my lashes and work it up. It's very, very easy to work with. It's just a good eyeshadow brush to have. You should have this one and another one, I believe. Now, I really like using a larger, stiff bristled shading brush. Now, this one isn't by Sigma, but it is a copy or a dupe for the Sigma E60 large shading brush. So from what I've seen and read, it's got these stiffer bristles, and I really love this kind of brush for applying colour strongly to the lid. So it really packs on the colour. It's not very good for blending because the bristles are quite stiff, but I really love this brush. It's not necessary, but I love this brush and I really wanted to include it. The E15 flat definer brush, and as you can see, it's got a flat top and it's got very thin bristles. So I use this brush to apply eyeshadow to the lash line. This brush is good for applying eyeshadow precisely. So you could use it on the lash line, as I said, or you can use it to create lines. So I could maybe apply it to my outer V and then use another brush to blend it out. I could use this to create a cut crease look. You could use it in your eyebrows. It's a very versatile brush, and you do need to be able to apply product precisely sometimes, so this brush is very good for that. Now, this brush, I think everyone should own this. It is the E30 pencil brush from Sigma. It's got these tapered bristles. So this is a fantastic brush for blending product, for applying product to the crease. It's good, it's tapered. I mean, if you use a light hand, you're going to get a very fine line. If you use a heavier hand, it's good for smudging and blending things out. Use it with shadows or use it straight onto a cream product. Really fantastic brush. Definitely use this in pretty much every tutorial, I would say. Now I'm going to go for the E45 blending brush. You definitely need at least 2 blending brushes in your collection. It's a tapered shape, so it sort of goes out then in. You can use it to precisely blend colour, or you can press harder and get more of a blend, maybe a more hazy effect. Yeah, you definitely need to learn how to blend. It's one of the most important techniques in eyeshadows and makeup application. If you can't blend properly, your makeup's going to look very unprofessional. It's just something that you need to learn to perfect. And if you have 2 brushes, I mean, you might have one dirty with a certain color. That means you can use your fresh brush without muddling up the colors. So this is a really good brush. It was one of my first ones. Really recommend this brush. Another blending brush is the Tapered Blending E35. This one is not as tapered. It's more of a round-headed brush. It's very fluffy, and I like to use this brush to further blend out color. So once I've used my other brushes to apply the color and I've blended slightly, this one's just going to blend it out even further. It covers more surface area. I also like using the blending brushes to apply cream products, maybe under the eye, applying shadow in larger areas like under my brow bone. You could even use this as a contour if you were trying to be really precise with it. As I said, you need a few of these. Everyone needs an angled brush to apply liquid eyeliner or cream eyeliner. This is the E65, or sorry, a dupe for that. This is one I actually got at Makeup Academy, but it is the same. I actually prefer to use this art brush that I've got. It's by Jazz Art, and if you go to an art store and look for this, you should be able to find it, but if you can't, this is really just as good. I think that the Sigma one's probably a bit better than this one. It's a little bit old now, so I do want to buy the Sigma one, but yeah, you do need a liner brush, and Sigma has a good one. Well everyone, I hope that you enjoyed this video and it gave you an insight into what brushes are used for and which brushes you will need. Maybe just even watching my videos you've probably picked a lot of this up, but I hope that it's helped in some way, and if you've got any questions just put them in the bottom bar below, and please check the description box because I will have my affiliate link to all of the Sigma brushes that I mentioned. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.